So we just had a really good time together with a Christ Central Preston meeting. Here are the guys, Jade back there. They're doing a great job packing away, and yeah, looking forward to the rest of the afternoon really. We've got a whole lot of time, got some friends coming round just to hang out.
Can I do a picture? Can I do a picture? Daddy, please, can I do a picture?
So this little guy is literally eating his bib. Sarah's gone out to take Bex home, and she's left me and Wee Man here to sort out the food, and I don't really know where his dummy is. I found a bag back at my parents' house that I've been meaning to clear out for literally 7 or 8 years now, and finally got around to it, and I thought you might as well come and have a look with me. It'll actually be a little bit of a walk down memory lane. It's a long time since I've looked back in the bag, but also I had a quick look, and I do know that it contains loads of things which are kind of from in a sense from my previous life. So come and have a look with me. Whoa, my word! So this ridiculously large bag is full of stuff. To be honest with you, a lot of the stuff that's in here I've left behind because of what I'm doing in church planting. So when you become a Christian, there's some stuff you end up leaving behind anyway. Jesus said, if anyone will come after me, he must deny himself, take up his cross and follow me. So there's some stuff that wouldn't be fitting for my life anyway as a Christian, but also the stuff in here, to be honest, a lot of the things that it represents are things that I've just had to leave because I've been church planted. Church planting is trying to start a new church, and it takes up a lot of time, energy, effort, finance, a whole load of different things. So let's have a quick look and see what's in here. Okay, so a roll mat. Basically from the past, this is, I think it's called a ridge rest. I used to work as an outdoor instructor. I was up in the lakes, did a degree up there in outdoor leadership, and basically just times changed, and I decided that actually that wasn't really what I could pursue. I realised that I wanted to be able to give myself to the local church and invest in that, and so I wasn't able to do the outdoor instructing like I wanted to. A lot of outdoor instructional work happens at the weekends. That doesn't sink in well with actually leading a church. Oh, there goes a rugby ball. That has no significant role in my life anyway. Knackered old camp stove. Some goggles, nice. Goggles. I did go through a period when I was working cinema in Southport where I watched a film called The Big Blue, which is about free diving and diving without any kind of air with you, and so you just hold your breath. So I remember doing some diving. Oh, here we go. My word, these, I don't know if any of my friends who I used to kayak watch this, they'll recognise these. These are hand paddles. These are some very, very old hand paddles that we made. I actually went to B&Q and bought a bin and then fastened some straps onto it, and basically hand paddles are designed to be used in place of a kayak paddle. So you know the kayak paddle, you've got blades at either end, and you paddle like that. Well, with hand paddles you've got obviously a hand paddle either side, and you can paddle like that. Now I had to do this because I hurt my wrists through kayaking, basically doing a lot of kayaking, going surf kayaking, hurt my wrists, so I couldn't use proper paddles for a time, so I ended up having to use hand paddles. So those are my first ever hand paddles, which I cannot get rid of. Definitely keep hold of those. It's got some great adventures hand paddling, and here are some slightly newer, more kind of like more professionally made ones. I didn't make these. These are really nice ones by a guy called Riveraholic over in the States. Oh, some old knee pads. I used to do a lot of BMX in, so to be honest I don't really BMX anymore, but yeah, some old knee pads, shin pads, TSGs. These are amazing knee pads, shin pads. Did a lot of that, a lot of mountain biking as well, so they were elbow pad as well, similar ilk. Oh, some flippers, or fins. I think they like to call them fins. I don't think the flippers, if you actually know about these things. I don't really remember why I had these, whether I was using them for bodyboarding or what, I'm not really sure. Quite cool though, aren't they? So if anybody wants some size 11 to size 13 flippers in the Preston area, you can let me know. Like, these are some skates. If anyone's in the Preston area and you want some skates, then let me know. We can see about hooking you up with these bad boys. You see they've there's been better times. I and my friends used to skate quite a lot. Used to like inline skates like these. Used to skateboard too, and also BMX. I mainly did a lot of BMX, to be honest. We campaigned to get a skate park built in Southport, but so I used to do that. Oh, what's in here? This is old. This is very old. This is my 3-star solo canoe ticket thing that I got in April 2006. There you go, eh? Long time ago. Some of you will remember, some of you might have been on that test with me, I don't know. I'm not going to read this out because I think this is a bit of teenage angst poetry, so you can have a quick look. If you can manage to pause that and then read it, you're welcome to read the embarrassing stuff that I will have written. And then an old power kite of mine, which I'm not going to be bothered to unpack, but I used to do a whole lot of that as well. Some very scary looking bear trap pedals. I used to do a lot of mountain biking. When I say bear trap, it's because they look like a bear trap, you know, like catch you. But I don't know if you can see, but there's a big scar. Well, there's a big scar there, but that scar there was a number of stitches from a bear trap pedal that actually cut into me. So I took those off the bike that I bought ages ago, and I got some other pedals instead that aren't quite as nasty as those. But that was another big part of my life, to be honest. I did a lot of mountain biking. I grew up riding bikes and really loved that. And it's interesting when I consider the journey that I've been on, really, to leave some of these things behind. It's really to do with who Jesus Christ himself is, because I realised that I wanted my life to be all about Jesus and who he is, and helping other people to know who he is and helping them to enjoy who he is. And there was a guy called Paul, known as the Apostle Paul, and he basically wrote that whatever was to his profit, all the things that were good for him, all the benefits that he had, all the success he'd had in living ethically, all the family background that he had, the fact that he was of the tribe of Benjamin, he'd been circumcised on the 8th day, he was the religious elite really at the time, but he himself left all that behind and said, whatever was to my profit, I now consider loss for the sake of Christ. And that he considered everything rubbish compared to the surpassing greatness of knowing Christ Jesus is Lord. And really, when I look back on all the things that I left behind, kayaking, mountain biking, BMXing, skating, power kiting, all kinds of things I used to love doing. A lot of mountain boarding as well. I haven't even gone through any of that stuff here. All these things I used to love doing. I realised that while for the most part I've had to leave those things behind, at the same time I actually know Jesus Christ so much better than I did then. I was a Christian at the time, and the things that we've talked about here, there's no actual separation between doing those things and being a Christian. It's not that. It's just that I knew that I wanted to devote my life to helping other people see who Jesus was, and I wanted to plant a church, and so that meant that those things had to fall to the side a little bit. I still occasionally do some of these things, still occasionally get out on a mountain bike, but otherwise those things have had to go. But I do know Jesus so much more now for it, and I'm so pleased that I have. Anyway, I hope this has been helpful to you. You've seen a few of the things in the bag. If you're interested in any of this, then just let me know, and we'll see if you can get you hooked up with it. I'm not sure on the skates. I don't know if I'm going to sell them yet or not, but yeah, please feel free to get in contact.